Hi there. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Dr. James Beamel, and I'm a faculty member here in the Department of Public Health at UVU. And typically, I would be giving this presentation in one of your classes during the spring 2021 semester, but due to COVID and things like that, I wasn't able to get into the classes, so I decided I would go ahead and record this presentation and just kind of give you a little bit of information regarding the trip that we do during the summer down to Capitol Reef National Park. So this is the Public and Community Health Capitol Reef Field Station Experience. That's what we call it. And it's going to be taking place this summer, July 28th through August 1st. That's a Wednesday through a Sunday. And so I'll just give you some information, and then if you want to sign up, I'll give you the registration link at the end, and then also you can email me if you have any questions. So the station itself, the field station, the UVU field station, is actually located kind of in the heart of Capitol Reef National Park. It's completely off the grid, so we're talking no Wi-Fi, no phone signal. It's totally solar powered. It's kind of heated and cooled naturally. There's a septic system. There's a water filtration system. So it's completely off the grid. It's a really cool facility. So the two buildings that you're seeing here on the left, those are the dormitories. In those dormitories are the bedrooms and the bathrooms. There's 4 bedrooms in each of those buildings. And we'll talk a little bit more about those here in just a little bit. The picture on the right, that is actually the classroom, the kind of a gathering area. We play games in that, hang out at night in that, in this area. So it's a really nice facility that's just located in a really beautiful area. If you look at that picture on the left, those cliffs are they're right behind the station, and there's more cliffs all the way around it. It's a really nice location and a nice place to spend a few days. So the trip itself includes several different pieces. We stop at the Central Utah Public Health Department on the way down, and we go through and we tour the health department that's located down in Richfield. We also, and hopefully we'll be able to do this, we usually get a chance to sit down with some of the health educators and just kind of talk to them about, rural health and being a health educator in that kind of environment and that sort of thing. We also do some hiking in Capitol Reef National Park. There's a really cool hike down there that I like to do called the Sulphur Creek Trail. It's actually hiking in a creek. You're actually walking in the water in the creek. It's about a 4-hour hike. And then there's a couple of small waterfalls where you have to kind of down climb next to the waterfall. And that the third waterfall is actually kind of a natural water slide. So you can actually slide down it and into the last pool and that. So that's kind of a really cool experience that we get to do while we're there. Of course, that's all dependent upon flash flood warnings and that, but more often than not, we've been able to do that hike. So we do some hiking while we're in the park. We also go to a local organic farm and talk to them about their farming practices and that, what they do to basically live off of the land. The two people who live there don't really go to the grocery store because pretty much everything they need is provided for on the farm. So we learn a lot about that. Last year, we were able to get the superintendent of Capitol Reef National Park to come to the station and give us a presentation talking about the park and environmental issues and things like that. So we do discussions with park staff. We also do a couple of local health fairs. So we will set up at the Wayne Community Health Center for about a half a day and do health fairs. We do education. We also do health assessments, blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol screenings, body composition, things like that. And then we also will set up at a farmer's market on the Saturday that we're down there. We'll set up on a farmer's market, which is what you can see in the picture here, and just kind of do the same thing, education and those health assessments. So it's a lot of fun interacting with the local population as well as all the tourists that are coming through to visit the park. And then we also do a service project in the park. We've only done this once in the past trips that we've been down there, but we will figure out some kind of service project to do. And usually it's what we did last time. It was a service project that's designed to better the environment of the park itself. So like we had one group that collected native seeds to be replanted. Another group was removing some invasive weeds and things like that. So we'll do another service project while we're down there this time too. So some details real quick. So in regards to participants, the thing about this year is that we've really had to scale back the number of participants. So in the past, we've been able to take 24 people because the rooms have been shared, and then that's worked out really well. Unfortunately, we can't do that. One of the changes with COVID and all that is that this year we can only take a total of 9 people. And as you can see on the list here, the second indented bullet, 2 of those are going to be 2 faculty, myself and another faculty member, and then 1 person from the Wellness Center, Trevor Carter. He's going to go as well. He helps out with the assessment part of the trip, the health fairs and that. So that takes up 3 spots right there, which means we only have room for 6 students on this trip. And as of today, which is as of today, which is May 6th, we only have 2 people who have signed up so far, so we do still have some spots available. The thing about it, just have to be sure, if you're watching this video, chances are you haven't graduated, but I just have to make sure that you understand that this is not open to anybody who has graduated. So if you have officially graduated from UVU, you graduated in spring of 2021, unfortunately you're not eligible to go on the trip with us, and that really has to do with the grant funding. The grant funding is coming from the College of Health and Public Service, and you have to be either a UVU employee or student to be covered by that grant funding. So participation is on a first come first served basis. Again, there's still 4 slots available, so you can definitely have a good chance to get in if you sign up now. But if it comes down to it, I just reserve the right to make any final changes if necessary. So it usually doesn't happen, but if we had to, I would do that. In regards to the cost, there is a $30 participation fee. You would actually pay this when I send you the official email inviting you to participate. That's going to be sometime mid-May. Registration will stay open until probably about May 14th. So you want to jump on that if you're interested in going. But once I send you that invitation, then you'll go to the cashier's office, pay the $30, send me the receipt so that I know that you've paid it, and then you're locked in. Your spot is guaranteed, and that's a $30 non-refundable charge. So just so you know, if you do end up having to cancel, unfortunately, that $30 doesn't come back. Now the $30 is going to cover lodging. In regards to lodging, I mentioned that I was going to talk about the dorms a little bit ago. So there are 4 rooms in each of those 2 buildings, plus another additional room in a different building. So there's a total of 9 rooms. That's why we can only take 9 people. Everybody will have their own room and have their own bathroom. Those are COVID rules. Again, we can't mess with that. So total of 9 people going down. So usually the cost would also include transportation. We would usually drive down in a couple of UVU vehicles. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we can't do that. So you will actually have to drive your own car. We'll go down together. We'll all leave at the same time. We'll make all the same stops on the way down and all that. The only difference is that we will have 9 cars going down instead of like 3 vans. We usually have like 3 or 4 big vehicles instead, but unfortunately can't do that this time. So everybody have their own car down there. So the $30 covers your lodging, and it covers all of your meals except for 2 meals on the road. So lunch on the way down, where we usually stop at a little family restaurant in Richfield after our tour, and then lunch on the way back. After we leave the station, we usually stop at a good Mexican restaurant in Salina. Those 2 lunches you would pay for on your own. Your vehicle, your gas, or whatever you use to get down and back, that's what you're paying. You're paying that as well, and then the $30 participation fee. So all of that together for 4 nights down in Capitol Reef National Park. It's a really, really great experience. If you're interested in participating, again, there's the dates, July 28th through August 1st. Go to the link that's under that first bullet right there, that Qualtrics survey link, and you're going to see a registration form on there. Go ahead and fill that out and submit it so that you get on the list. Usually I've posted on Facebook and Instagram. I haven't done that yet, so that's why I've crossed out that second bullet there. There's also a QR code which will just take you to the same Qualtrics survey, so it goes to that same link in the first bullet. But either way, you can register through that link. And then finally, if you have any questions about it, if there's anything that you're wondering about, feel free to send me an email. My email address is there at the bottom, and I'll try to answer your questions as soon as I possibly can. And hopefully we can get a good group of students to go down and participate in this really, really cool experience. All the students who have participated in this experience in the past have really enjoyed it. It also helps to add to your resume in that. And it's just a good break. It's just a good break from summer classes if you're taking them and all that. So I look forward to having a good group with us. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.